How's everyone doing tonight? I want to welcome everybody into another edition of Rover Sports here on YouTube. And we're going to get everything rocking and rolling per usual. This week we have our last game of week 3 of the 2016 preseason. And that is Houston and Arizona, which was yesterday on Sunday. And I'm just a big believer in the Houston Texans. I love Kevin Johnson. I think he's going to be a tremendous cornerback for them. Then you look at Jonathan Joseph, J.J. Watt, John Simon, Brian Cushing. They have a tremendous unit. So here's Osweiler, a little film study of Brock, because he's really the question mark when you look at the Houston Texans. So there he hits former Ohio Stater Braxton Miller. Remember him as a quarterback for Ohio State. And now we're going to slow this up. This is Brock Osweiler. Again, 6'7" out of Arizona State, born in Montana. Brock Osweiler, many people don't believe in Brock. They love to hate on him because he only played a couple of games and because Denver was so great last year. But look at this throw right down here to the bottom of your screen to Braxton Miller. An incredible play by Brock to elude pressure, get outside the pocket. Look at him stepping up and finding B. Miller there. Just great quarterback play by Brock Osweiler. And then the Houston Texans also add Lamar Miller out of the backfield. So the Texans should run away with the AFC South because Andrew Luck has no protection. The Colts don't spend any money on defense. And Bruce Arians isn't there anymore. And Colts fans would even tell you that Bruce Arians is a better coach than Chuck Pagano. So here you see a touchdown. The left side of the line blocks really well. Lamar Miller is supposed to have a breakout season this year. The Cardinals are going to march down and score a touchdown. 7-all in Texas. Osweiler under center. Going to go a little play action right there, and let's see the issue. That was an offensive line issue. He was doomed from the start. Look at this right here. No one picks up the middle linebacker on the blitz. Lamar Miller and everybody is late recognizing, and Brock has to suffer. You can see it again in a more precise picture. Here we go. Middle linebacker, Lamar Miller needs to pick this up. Great blitz and sack by Arizona. So here Brock Osweiler in the shotgun. Barely got the play off. Again, showing a strong arm. Like Brock Osweiler has all the tangibles to be very successful. This Houston Texans team has the talent now with this quarterback. He's so much better than Ryan Mallett, and Brian Hoyer is just atrocious, Brian Hoyer is he's not even mediocre. He is just horrendous, and he cost the Texans a chance. This is just a normal dig route here, but this is just Hopkins just being Hop. I mean, he gets to throw to DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller. I mean, this Texans team is loaded. Look at these cuts. Look at these cuts versus the Arizona secondary, one of the best secondaries in all of football. Incredible there by DeAndre Hopkins, who is one of the best receivers in the NFL. So underrated. DeAndre Hop is just a complete stud, and he's laughing because he knows that he just broke his ankle real bad. That's D-Hop. There you see Miller hitting the hole. I'm not a huge Lamar Miller guy. I mean, I think Miller's going to do better. I said he would have a breakout year earlier, but that's because he's been such a marginal back in Miami, and everybody, frankly, is playing for Tannehill and Philbin. Look at this ball. This is one of the prettiest balls, and this is not a Brian Hoyer type of pass. And Brock Osweiler, he showed this on Monday night last year versus Cincy. He went in the Heinz Field and balled out. I'm a Brock Osweiler believer, and I am because of plays like this. I mean, this is throwing it into a bucket, into a spot before the safety can come and help. He looks off some guys, and then look at that. Perfect arc on the football. And Will Fuller out of Notre Dame and Braxton Miller, Bill O'Brien has coached them up so beautifully early in their careers, especially Will Fuller is proving to be a tremendous wide receiver. You know, Jalen Strong got into some off the field issues, hasn't been around out of Arizona State. They thought, I think he was drafted in the third round that Jalen Strong would really produce. But now you see Will Fuller, and he looks like the answer early on in ball. See, look at Osweiler here. I mean, he keeps his feet moving down the field. He just has talent. Like, this kid just has a ton of talent. Like, when I look at all the other quarterbacks on tape, I think Brock Osweiler's elite. Blake Bortles could go out and throw 35 touchdowns with the weapons he has in Jacksonville. When you have DeAndre Hopkins, you have Fuller, you have a Braxton Miller, you have weapons everywhere to utilize. And then when you have a defense that's going to be able to stop the run, if Clowney can play any football, I think the Texans have a real good chance of being a playoff contender this year. The only thing that's not working for them is no one has ever made the Super Bowl, hosting the Super Bowl at home. 2nd and 21, needing some yards back. Look at this ball. I mean, this is an effortless throw by Brock Osweiler, and this is what we call a layered football, because he has to hit Hopkins, but he has to go over cornerbacks playing in his zone. He has to find the throwing lane. But from 6'7", I mean, just watching this tape, these are elite throws. This is scary. This is a scary good performance by Brock Osweiler. And DeAndre Hopkins, man, he is incredible player. DeAndre Hopkins, if he stays healthy, keeps up, he could go down as a top 20 wide receiver to ever play in the NFL. There's Brock just taking too much time to critique his performance here, and it allows a field goal. He gets really good protection. Let's see if anybody comes open here. 34 for a second is open, but the route, he's not aware enough to continue. And there he has Braxton Miller, who's sort of open, but that's after the play is breaking down. Believe it or not, we're going to see a sensational play soon from John Simon, and I want to show you this play. I mean, this play is absolutely outstanding. I know this is a Brock Osweiler video, but look at this play by John Simon. He reads the screen. It's Andre Ellington who's trying to throw the football to. He's trying to throw to a tight end. Look at Simon there leap. Make an incredible play on the football. And then look at these wheels. This isn't linebacker wheels. This guy is faster than some running backs in the NFL. John Simon, man. I hope the dude isn't on steroids. He's playing like he's on roids this season. He has 2 touchdowns in preseason football. What's up with John Simon? Look at this play. This is like Spider-Man just in it. Just John Simon. The hand-eye coordination. Was he on Adderall? I mean, how does he see this? That is like a flying gazelle. It's just incredible. Incredible skill. And trust me, I don't want to get a witch hunt going. I'm just saying that this dude is playing out of his mind, Johnny Simon. Johnny Simon. My gosh, man. We should do a whole episode devoted to John. John Simon feeling it, man. So let's see. I think that we might have a little drive for the Cards, and now we're back to the Osweiler show. Right now. Back to Brock. There's a punt, okay, and now it's Brock time. Ball over the top. Fuller the one play he didn't make. I loved how Fuller here on this route. Like this is a savvy move by Fuller because this throw is not that in front of him. It's a pretty nicely thrown ball, but he really holds off the defender. Then he surges at the end. Kind of boxes him out. He's got to make the grab though. Got to make the grab, but still Fuller playing tremendously well. There you see a handoff, nothing doing. 3rd and 8. Osweiler throwing behind Jalen Strong. Jalen Strong, let's see if he's going to have himself a year. You know, even though I said that Fuller is looking to be getting the majority of reps, this ball's behind him. If it was thrown in front of him, you know, he could easily go and get a first down. So clearly, there the evidence shows that this football was just behind him. And then Shane Lechler might be like 50 years old at this point in his career. Lechler. I love that name. It's like sounds like a British name, like Shane Lechler. Oh yeah, that's the Grand Poobah, that pass right there. We don't want to get to that just yet. Big return out there. Brock again. Fuller. Fuller is this guy. See Brandon Whedon on the sidelines. Brock is just in a zone. Lighten it up. Look at Brock. He's so comfortable utilizing the weapons. You saw Christian Hackenberg when Bill O'Brien was the coach in Happy Valley. And then when James Franklin came over, went from being a tremendous, promising freshman quarterback to then getting sacked all the time and underwhelming as a passer for Penn State. And he looked at Brady with Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien is a quarterback whisperer. And finally, he has his guy in place. And Brock, he's creating his own legacy out in Houston. He is. And Bill O'Brien, this is really the year that he could take a step as a head coach. And it might have been, I think Houston's playing with a ton of mouth. You know, as you look at that beautiful ball. This is the best ball that Brock has thrown all preseason. And I'll leave you guys with this. I mean, this is really, I couldn't be any higher on Houston. They're playing the Bears opening week. I expect them to torch Chicago. Look at this throw to the back pylon on a line. What can't Brock Osweiler do? The critics of Brock Osweiler are only critical because he hasn't played a lot of NFL games. But if you watch this kid play, look at him. He looked left temporarily, sees single coverage, playing with so much confidence in the system. There's no reason why Brock shouldn't have a tremendous year. None. And I know it's preseason. But the Texans, they're going to be a team to reckon with this season, that's for sure. And Brock Osweiler, what a performance versus the Arizona Cardinals. 11 of 13. And the touchdown to Will Fuller. Balling out in Houston.